Hey guys. Um, what I want to talk about today is horrific. And it has to do with the gender affirming care bullcrap. Okay. Um, Now, transgender people are transgender because they suffer from a very rare disorder called gender dysphoria. It's when the brain of one gender is in the body of a different gender, so that the person feels they were born in the wrong body. And they correct that through transgender surgery. Now, through this woke mafia, okay, they've now decided to capitalize on this by attacking every boy and girl in America. Now, through the news, we hear one city and another city and another city and another town and another school board and another school and so forth. They started in college and they go to high school, gradually going down to kindergarten and younger. To the extent that every boy and girl in every elementary school are all talking gender. They're not talking about what they learned in English or math, about writing cursive, which is a crime in itself. Why they're not teaching how to write cursive, but to read and write and add and subtract and learning about the earth and the universe and all the facts and laws and history and so forth. No, they're not talking about all of that. All they're talking about is gender. Because all that other stuff, according to them, is not important. Now, so again, we hear from one town, another town, and so forth. And as I began thinking about that, I then realized that what they're doing is it's no longer a matter of somebody feeling like they were born in the wrong body through science, okay, that a boy has a woman's brain or a woman has a boy's brain. No, not at all. Now, the school is telling the children they were born in the wrong body, even though they don't feel it. And they will repeat that lie over and over and over again. And children are very, internalizing. They're very, they learn what they're taught. And if they're taught to kill, they will kill. If they're taught to rape, they will rape. If they're taught to rob banks, they'll rob banks. If they're taught anything, that's what they'll do. So now children are taught they are in the wrong body. All the children. And I mean all the children, every single child, in every single city, in every single county, in every single state, throughout the country, through all 50 states. All the children, all of them, are being told they're born in the wrong body and must undergo gender surgery. Now, what happens when that happens? Well, one thing that happens is through the puberty blockers that the children are forced to take. Now, what are puberty blockers? Why do we have them? Well, like any drug, you can use them, abuse them, or misuse them. Okay? That's why controlled substances are called that, because doctors prescribe them in controlled doses. But when people are given these drugs and they abuse them by taking more than what the dose requires, you can get sick, you can overdose, and you can die, like any drug, even the good ones. Same thing with puberty blockers. There's a reason why puberty blockers exist. They exist for a specific reason. When children exhibit signs they're reaching puberty at a young age, let's say 6 or 7, and they're experiencing puberty, that's when they take puberty blockers. They take puberty blockers to delay their bodies developing into puberty until they are at the right age to experiencing those changes. That's why they exist. However, these woke mafia people choose to abuse that drug. Like any drug addict, they will abuse the drug by giving it to every single child who do not exhibit any signs of reaching puberty. So they're taking drugs that they do not need. And that's abuse. That's abuse of a drug. Or misuse of a drug, whichever way you want to put it. But what does the gender surgery, what does it do to the child sexually? Well, it sterilizes the child, so in the future they will be unable to bear any children. They're unable to produce, they're sterile. If it's a boy, they can't give. If it's a girl, they can't bear. Okay? So I'm saying, okay, so that family line will end with that child. Now, my family, okay, My family line will end with my sister and me. Because my sister was unable to have any children, and me, for so far, at the age of 60, I don't have a woman and I have no children. Now, am I sterile? No. Is my sister? Well, I don't know. She said she and her husband tried many times, but there seemed to be a problem there. So the lifting line is done with my sister and me. So far. I'm hoping that with the little time that I have left, that I will meet someone and have children with them. But as of now, the lifting line stops with my sister and myself. As will be the case with all the families whose children are going to undergo this. So those family lines will end with those children. So the parents will not have any grandchildren. No grandchildren. So I thought I need a haircut. But since this is spreading to every district, every school district, every city, every town, in every county, in every state, we're talking about every single boy and girl will be sterile, will bear no children. Every child, without exception, may be Jewish children, because we have different laws. And we view the world differently. But neither here nor there. But basically, this generation will be the last generation of Americans. So, within one generation, Americans will die off after this generation, because all the children will be sterile, all the children will not be able to bear any children of their own. So basically, this is the woke mafia's final solution to the American question. That's right. This is no different than what Hitler and the Nazis did to their to people, especially the Jewish people. They sterilized those Jews because they did not want any new Jews in the territory. They wanted to eliminate all the Jews, and the best way to assure that is to make sure that no Jewish person bear no children, so that the Jews that were already there, so at least they know, okay, we have X number of Jews, it will not increase by them having any children. So basically, it's the same thing here. That they want to make sure that Americans stop reproducing. And if Americans stop reproducing, then they will die off, leaving the United States vulnerable to other people who will come into our country and just take it over and wipe it off the map. And they will just probably go into the buildings, the government buildings, and desecrate them and destroy all the documents because it's no longer applicable. You know, that's their plan. That's their plan. This is sort of like, this is the same thing as them shouting death to America. Well, the best way to destroy America is not with bombs or ammunitions or fallout. The best way to do that is to kill them off. They try to do that with World War III. But thanks to President Trump, he was able to stop all of that cold in their tracks. And now that Biden has let loose a lot of unknown people into the country, who knows what diseases they have. They were checked, they were vetted, there's no testing. We don't know what these people have. So, it's sort of like Plan B. Almost like Zyklon B, okay? Where they sterilize all the children. So this way, no new children, no new generation, and Americans will die off, leaving the country empty, vacuum for whomever wants to take over the country and just have fun with it. And that's my belief. That is my opinion. And it is opinion based on the knowledge that they're sterilizing children. And even though nobody will say all of the children, because I don't know. But if you really think about it, they are trying to sterilize every boy and girl in America. Every single one without exception. They want to make sure that no new generation is produced. They want to make that sure. So, and these people, these woke mafia people, they're sodomites. They're sodomites. And I mean, why do you think they're so hell-bent on abortion rights? And they're passionate, so extremely passionate about abortion rights. Because abortion kills off a possible offspring. So, we got that. And and when a child who has undergone this unnecessary surgery and then realizes afterwards that he regrets it and realizes he wasn't born in the wrong body, he was born in the right body, and now he's in the wrong body. And many of them will commit suicide. And committing suicide falls in with their plan. And they're more excited about the idea that the children are committing suicide. That means more people killing themselves off means fewer people left to worry about. Because these woke mafia Marxists want all Americans gone. All of them. They want them all gone. So, they think of nothing but the death of America. That's all they think about. Just like the Nazis, all they thought about were death to the Jews. They spent countless committees and meetings and communiques about all that can be done to get rid of the Jews. Well, they're doing that here with getting rid of all the Americans. So it's the genocide of Americans. So now we are an endangered species. Americans are an endangered species. And we are at the risk of being killed off after our children by having them be sterile and unable to bear children of their own. And when all the children are sterile and all the children are unable to bear children of their own, this will be the death to America. Without any nuclear bombs to poison the air, without any gunfire to damage buildings. Why do you think there's so much? Why do you think they're causing so much damage? Why do you think they want to defund the police? They did it deliberately because they wanted criminals to take over. They wanted criminals to kill each other. Or I should say other Americans. They want to kill every American. They want to destroy every business. They're trying to take away everything American. They're trying to get rid of Halloween. They're trying to get rid of Mother's Day, Father's Day, all the institutions that were created by America. They want to make sure that there's no element of America left after all the Americans are gone. You know, to think about that. When you keep hearing about how they're trying to get rid of Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know, all the statues, even the Abraham Lincoln, the Emancipation Proclamation statues. They want to get rid of all of history. Now, of course, our black brothers, they don't understand that. So they cover it up by saying that it's racial and it's, you know, and so forth. And it's like, well, you really don't know history, and you're trying to change history. The No Tread on Me. I heard the No Tread on Me was a positive flag. And then I heard this news that there somebody said that it's racist, that it has something to do with slavery, slave owners. But that's not what it is. The don't tread on me is toward tyrants, tyranny. Don't tread on me is like them saying, don't step all over me. You being a tyrant, and you are engaged in tyranny. When you are a tyrant and engaged in tyranny, you step all over your subjects, all over the people who are under you. And through that tyranny, you weigh them down. You step all over them. You step over their rights, their values as people, as citizens. So the don't tread on me is a positive sign. It says, don't you, tyrant, step all over me. Don't you tread on me. You're a tyrant. So don't you tread on me. Don't you walk all over me with your big feet against all of my rights. That's what don't tread on me means. So that confirmed my belief that don't tread on me was a positive sign. And this school, because this one student wore a patch on his backpack that showed the don't tread on me, and the child was told to remove it because it was upsetting the rest of the class. Why don't the teacher ask everybody else if it upset them, instead of assuming that it did? That's the problem with the schools. The teachers are not teaching. The teachers are I can't even think of the word. I can't even think of the word. Brainwashing, yeah. Yeah, that's the word. The teachers are not teaching what they're supposed to teach. The teachers are brainwashing the children to believe fantasies, to believe fairy tales, to believe a lot of phoniness. Where's the English? Where's the math? Where's the history? Where's the science? This is ridiculous. That's not the role of a teacher. A teacher teaches. A teacher does not indoctrinate. A teacher does not brainwash. That's not the function and role of a teacher. A teacher teaches. Period. And you teach your child. And another thing. Parents are the first teachers that child knows. So this whole business about teachers telling the child that his first teachers are not allowed to know what's going on with their teacher. And that's totally wrong. That is totally wrong. Telling the child that the parents are evil and the parents are abusing them and hurting them. I mean, that is just unheard of. Well, oh God. I just had this on my mind and I just had to get it out. Because I've been hearing this and it's just driving me crazy. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening in. I'll see you later. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.